and welcome to the Think MHK podcast presented by the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. On this podcast, you will hear from a variety of people from across the region, including community leaders and business owners. You will hear their Manhattan stories and hopefully get to know your friends and business associates a little better. Thanks for tuning in today. With us today is another one of our 20 under 40 recipients, Lauren Farwell. Hey, Lauren, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for being with us today, and congratulations on your 20 under 40 win. That's great for you. So when we get started, we always ask our guests to talk a little about themselves. I know you're originally from Manhattan, right?
I am.
So usually we say, how did you end up in Manhattan? But it sounds like you never left. So tell a little about your history and how you ended up being in the real estate business.
I was born and raised in Manhattan, went to school here, ended up graduating after my junior year, and I did leave and went to KU for a year. I just felt like I needed to get out of Manhattan for a little bit, but was only there for a year. And then I came back and went to K-State and finished out my degree there. I did get the opportunity to study abroad in Australia as well. So I actually got my degree in elementary education from K-State, and I was a kindergarten teacher on Fort Riley for 5 years. I also got my master's in education during that time as well. My husband, he's a teacher at Riley County Grade School. He's been teaching for 8 years now. He teaches 6th grade. We met when he was a teacher and I was at K-State, and my mom schemed to introduce us. So good job, Mom.
Yeah. So your parents still live here then?
They do.
And you have a family, right?
Yes. I have 3 kids. I have an 11-year-old named Easton. He's in 5th grade. I have a 9-year-old Kendall. She's in 4th grade. And my youngest is Lucas. He's 6 and he's in kindergarten. And they all go to Riley County.
With your husband?
Yep. So it's nice. I ship them off in the morning. I'm like, bye, guys.
Yeah, everybody leaves at once. And so, but you got out of education, right?
Yep. So when we started our family, I decided to make a career change. And somehow one of my friends in Goodland, Kansas had gotten her real estate license. And I was like, well, I think I want to do that. It was really pretty random and kind of jumped in with both feet, and I've now been in real estate for 10 years and I love it. So I get to have those relationships still with those families, which is what I really loved about teaching too, was building those relationships. So I still get it, just in a different aspect.
Yeah. And you do property management as well?
I do. Yeah. About almost 4 years ago, I finally said yes when clients were asking me if I would be willing to rent out their properties. So yes, now I have a property management company as well that I run. Okay.
So let's go back a little bit to a couple of things you said. So number one, KU, really? I mean, how did you, I mean, again, I realize you want to leave, but you just decided.
I had a boyfriend that was going there.
Oh, it's always the boyfriend.
No. Then we broke up and I came back.
Okay. So what made you decide to go into education?
Well, I was actually pre-med at KU my freshman year. I wanted to be a pediatrician. I knew that I wanted to work with kids. I loved kids. But then I was like, I really don't like science. I don't want to be in school till I'm 30-some years old. So I switched
Science is a pretty strong requirement for pre-med.
Once I realized that, I was like, this probably isn't my route. So at the end of my freshman year, I switched to elementary education. And I really did enjoy it. But I was driving 45 minutes one day, and that's when we started having kids, and taking care of 25 little 5-year-olds all day long took a lot out of me then to come home and take care of my kids too. So decided to make a switch.
Yeah. Well, you and I have similar paths. I started out pre-med also and realized that not only did I not like science, I didn't like math either. And so I said, give me a major without any more math and science. And so I majored in communications. So
that's awesome.
So we have similar feelings on that.
Yeah.
Why the career change? I mean, I know you talked about the drive, but I mean, obviously you could have found a school, I would assume, closer to where you live, but just to completely change careers like that is kind of unusual.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I did want more flexibility in my job to spend more time with my kids. It's kind of funny. When I was pregnant with my son and teaching, it was like career day, dress up as what you want to be when you grow up. So I wore an apron and carried a baby doll and said I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But my husband's a teacher. So we needed
Single
another
income family with a
income.
teacher is not easy.
Yeah. So I had actually explored daycare as far as looking at grants and trying to open a daycare facility here in Manhattan. Didn't really lead to where I was hoping. Real estate kind of rang my bell.
And you're with Keller Williams?
I am.
Okay.
Yep.
So a little bit on because I've not really ever had a chance to talk to anybody who's taught actually on Fort Riley.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Because that's part of the Junction City School District, correct? So what was that experience like in terms of teaching actually on post?
I wouldn't say it was a ton different, but the experience that I had, it was actually like very close knit with the families.
Mm-hmm.
And so we actually became pretty good friends with multiple parents. And fun enough, my first year teaching, I had 2 girls named Kendall, which is what my daughter is named. And they graduated high school, so it must have been 2 summers ago. And one of them now lives in Georgia, one lives in Texas, and we all met up in Florida and got a house together at the beach.
Oh, fun.
And so I got to see them and their families. So
obviously military families, so they'd moved around.
Yep, they moved around. Yeah. And we all made the trek to Florida and got to spend a week together at the beach. And it was really awesome.
So again, as we talked about earlier, you were named one of our 20 under 40 this year, and which is something that we've done now. This is our 3rd year, and we continue to have very impressive applicants like yourself and winners. It's a 2-part process. One, you're nominated, and then we notify the people who are nominated and ask them to fill out application, and then you're notified when you won. So walk me through that process. How'd you find out that you were nominated? What was your feelings then? And then when you found out you won, kind of what your feelings were then?
Yeah, well, I'll let the secret out. My mom nominated me.
Ah, okay.
So I was aware going through that process. On top of real estate and property management, mm-hmm. I am the board president of the Wonder Workshop Children's Museum, which is a nonprofit children's museum here in town. And they just celebrated their 30th year.
Kind of a hidden gem, really.
It is a hidden gem. The people that know about it love it, but there's a lot of people that don't. So if you're listening and haven't been there, check out Wonder Workshop Children's Museum.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my plug for it. And then I'm also the community outreach chair for the Flint Hills Association of Realtors, and then help out with the kids PTO. Because I know that, the 20 under 40 award really does have a lot to do, not with just your job that you get paid for, but how you also give back and help out the community. So I try to be involved, and it's fun getting to experience those kind of culminating events and see the work play out.
So were you surprised? I mean, obviously you weren't surprised you were nominated, but were you surprised at all that you won, and kind of what was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I was surprised, and I was very excited and just super honored to be selected, because I know how many great people there are in Manhattan. And
of course, we had the reception at the Museum of Art and Light, and you were talking before. You had to write your comments out, and so yeah. But I thought that was a great opportunity to recognize 20 great people. So you've decided to stay in Manhattan. Obviously, what is it about Manhattan to you that makes it a special place?
I think the people. Manhattan just has people that are so friendly and caring and willing to help out. If you're at the grocery store, and I mean, everybody's just so helpful if they see someone in need. And then getting to be, involved in these other organizations, I see how much everybody gives back as well. And I have a lot of friends from different places, and they come visit and they're like, man, everybody's so nice here. So I really think the people.
Yeah.
I also, though, am a foodie, and I love the food here too. So
give me your top 3.
Oh, let's see. My top 3, Bourbon and Baker, El Patron, Tallgrass or Tacalucha. Oh, good new one. Aggieville Brewing Company.
Yeah, they did a great job too.
Good.
I agree. So talk about Wonder Workshop real quick, because like you said, most people don't know about it. What's the experience like, and why did you decide to get involved with it?
Well, I actually went to Wonder Workshop as a kid.
Okay.
I remember my mom helping out with summer camp one year. Like, I just have this memory in my brain and a vision of her helping there. And I remember going and all the fun things. But so we were really close with the Pitts family, Richard Pitts and Cindy Pitts. They were the founders. And unfortunately, Richard passed away probably 4 or 5 years ago. And then COVID happened. So all the things at once. So Wonder Workshop wasn't really up and running. They were having a few private pods where families could come and not be exposed to others. But Cindy had asked if I would join the board. So I did. And it was a pretty intense time to join just to try to get things back up and running. But we were able to get summer camp going again. So they do an 8-week summer camp. You can sign up for 1 week or 8. It's ages kindergarten through 5th or 6th. But then the really cool thing is that once you get to 6th grade, you can become a teen mentor. And then you volunteer for a certain amount of hours. And then after that, you can be a paid helper. And so it really keeps kids in, as opposed to, there's not a ton for that middle school, high school age to do.
Right.
So it keeps those kids in. And we've had people who are, in their 20s working now at Wonder Workshop who have been there since they were 5. So they do summer camp, discovery days, which is like a day of camp when school's out. Usually that involves a field trip. Lots of fun, hands-on, children-led learning. They are always a mess when they leave, but they've had the best day. Covered in slime, dirt, those types of things. So lots of fun. They do, they have open hours Monday through Saturday. Birthday parties are a big hit. Mm-hmm. They also have a pre-K program that they do for 3 to 5-year-olds. Yeah.
So again, if you have kids, great opportunity. You should check it out. Kind of under the radar opportunity in Manhattan, and appreciate the fact that you volunteer there and keep that up and operating.
Thanks.
So what advice would you have for other young professionals maybe who are just getting out of school or maybe exiting the military and getting into their long-term careers?
I honestly think getting involved, like choosing in an outside organization that's not your job and just finding something that really speaks to you and getting involved. And then it just really opens doors to a lot of opportunities and the potential to meet so many people.
Podcasts are a big thing now. Are you a podcast listener, or are you?
So the only podcast I've listened to is Morbid, the one about like serial killers.
Yep. That seems to be a thing now. Where true crime and those kind of things.
Yeah. Someone I had asked, because I drive a lot since I live about 20 to 30 minutes from Manhattan and I'm always driving. And so I had asked about a couple podcast recommendations, and someone told me a really like lighthearted one, and I tried, but it just didn't hold my attention while my brain was going and driving. So, but the true crime did. So that's all I've listened to.
So you're a true crime TV watcher also, or?
Not as much. Okay. I mean, yes, I am, but I used to, like, Dateline was always, always on, but not as much anymore. But I'll still watch those true crime documentaries.
Yeah, my wife watches it every night, and I don't know if I should be scared about that, or I don't know. It's like, are you planning the perfect crime here, or what's going on? But apparently that is a pretty big deal.
Yes, I used to every night. I think once I had kids, it's not what I go to sleep to anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the end. So you made it through there. So that's the end of the normal part of our show. And we move now to the rapid fire section, which has become a little infamous. We hear people all the time talk about different answers that people give, but we enjoy learning about people and kind of what when they give their quick responses to these questions. And so just ask you 1 or 2 sentences, but we may follow up if something sounds interesting. But are you ready for this?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. Do you have any hidden talents?
So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a talent, but the last few years I've been doing aerials, like the silks hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
So like acrobatic things on there. So
I guess that's a talent.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's much of a talent as I have.
Yeah, there you go. What job did you want as a kid?
So at first I wanted to be a veterinarian, but then I was like, oh, it's going to be too sad to see animals die. So then I changed to a pediatrician, which I stuck with until after my freshman year of college.
Science.
Yeah.
Science.
Dang science.
Yeah. What was your first job?
I worked when I was 15 for someone doing all these random outside jobs. I was like painting trailers and pulling weeds. Didn't know at the time weed eating a lagoon. I thought it was a pond, and now that I'm an adult, I was like, well, that was a lagoon. So
okay. Now that obviously was here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Who inspires you the most and why?
Okay. This one might be a little bit longer.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that would be my mother. She is just the most caring and giving person there is. She's still today my biggest cheerleader, and I talk to her multiple times a day. She, whether it's her family or friends, or she was a social worker for a long time, the students that she worked with or families that she worked with, she always put everybody's needs above her own. She's the true definition of selflessness. And I like to say that every good quality that I have is from her. And now that I have children, it's really special to see the relationship that she has with my kids. They're always wanting to go to her house, always calling her. If they're upset, I'm like, call Grammy. They call her and she gets them calmed down. So she just really has so many amazing qualities. And she is 4'7", which is pretty short. So I say she's small but mighty, because if there's any task to get done, she will make sure it happens.
Well, that sounds great. Do you want to say her name?
Gigi Cohen.
Well, Gigi, good job. You did it. You've done a great job.
Also, my dad's great too. So no offense, Dad, but that one had to be about Mom.
Listen, Dad, as a fellow dad, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
We always get shoved in the back. That's fine. I understand that. Your dad. What's your dad's name?
Larry.
Larry, you did a great job too. What is the most unusual pet you've had?
Okay, so when I was growing up, our house was like a zoo. We had dogs, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits, hamsters. And then my brother had a ferret, an iguana, a dove, rats. I'm sure I'm missing some other ones in there.
Did you live out in the country? Or did you
We lived in town. Oh, we had ducks. We had ducks in town. And then they had babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had, but we lived in town till I was 13. And then we moved out to the country. So then we did have horses and a mini horse, goats.
So you had a lot of animals.
Yeah. Now we have cats, dogs, cows, guinea pigs, and a bearded dragon. So we're kind of following the trend.
Yeah. So, that's, you said you wanted to be a vet. So obviously the animal instinct was strong.
Yeah.
So I think we know what the answer to this, but what's the coolest place you've traveled?
Yeah, Australia. Yep. I got to study abroad there for 6 months. And after school was over, I actually I was supposed to be there for 5 months, extended my stay for another month, and we traveled to the Great Barrier Reef, and
nice.
It was incredible. And it's actually, I made a lot of really good friends there who have come to visit a lot of times and they came to our wedding, and so it was awesome.
So did you work in a school there? Is that what you did? Or
No, I went to school there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just for a semester. I did an exchange with one of their students for a K-State student.
Okay. What is the one thing that instantly makes your day better?
Music.
What kind of music?
Oh, country or Taylor Swift, usually.
Oh, okay. In the old days, Taylor Swift was country, but that's a different story. Right?
Yeah, not anymore. No. But it's fun because my kids now, I told them they're grounded from TV for a week. And so the other morning, they were just blaring music and singing and having fun. So music is a booster. Yeah,
it is for me too. Aside from necessities, what one thing could you not go a day without?
Yeah, don't judge me on this answer, but probably TV. At the end of the day, when I'm in bed, to shut off my brain and decompress, I turn on TV, usually like a reality TV show.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
What advice would you give the 19-year-old you?
Not to stress, and that life's pretty easy right now, and that everything will work out like it's supposed to.
And science sucks.
Yeah.
And last question, first and favorite concert, and it could be one answer or two.
Yeah. So my first concert, I think I was in 5th grade, went to NSYNC at Sandstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My favorite concert was probably Eric Church at Power and Light. I don't know if they do it anymore. They did hot country nights, and they would have free concerts outside at Power and Light. So we saw Eric Church for free. We've seen him a couple other times too, but I feel like that one was the most fun.
All right. Well, Lauren, thank you for joining us. And again, congratulations on your 20 under 40. And we appreciate you taking time to visit with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Think MHK, a podcast produced by the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. If you enjoyed the Think MHK podcast, we'd love for you to subscribe and share it out on your social media channels. Feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce.